Okay, hi everybody. I'm making a video because a few people that are on my Facebook that don't know very much about fiber have been asking me questions because I've been posting lots of fiber related things on my Facebook. So gals like Michelle and Melissa, hi, want to know what I'm up to. So excuse me for the rough video. I've never made a video before. I'm going to try my hardest in layman's terms to tell you a little bit more about what I'm doing. So, Melissa, you asked questions about fiber because you weren't really understanding exactly how it comes to me. This is dyed. This was given to me from somebody on a knitting site that I'm on. She's dyed it, and I told you that it comes kind of in ropey bits, which you can see there. And this is called roving. And roving is long ropey strands, I guess, of fiber, which is just hair, if it's animal fiber, that's been brushed, and all of the hairs run parallel to each other. They're all up and down and brushed all together. Imagine taking a brush to your hair, and when it's straight, you can see that all the hairs are running parallel to one another. This basically is the same thing. Let me just pull out just a tiny bit. Maybe you can see better here. Just hairs that are running parallel to one another, just hanging out. So that's one type of preparation of fiber. There's many different kinds of fiber you can get, and a lot of non-animal fiber. Bamboo, milk, isn't that weird? Milk fiber, they make it. A lot of different types you can get. This is just one. This is, I think, a Peruvian wool. So when I get it undyed, and I like to play with dye. Oh, and holly, this is actually really good. I dyed this for one of my girlfriends, Holly, and I'm going to turn that into handspun yarn. And I was having a hard time getting pictures because this green was coming in as blue on the picture, so I'll have to take Holly in this so she can see that this is what the color is. So this is just braided after I've dyed it, washed it, dried it. I just put it into a braid. I'll just take a little bit out. So Melissa, when you were asking me, you saw the wet fiber that I had all curled up. This is what it is. It's just a long rope. So, and this is obviously dyed, but it comes to me completely white, undyed. This type anyway. I wanted to show you another fiber so you can see this is different. This is silk, and it comes more kind of in a clump like this. And what I can do is put these on carders, which are essentially brushes, and I can brush it so it's all nice and untangled and fluffy and all parallel to one another. You don't have to, though. There's different ways that you can spin this. So I just wanted to show you something else. Okay, so and Michelle was wondering, hi Michelle, how it is that I'm doing what I'm doing, and essentially making yarn in the most simplified terms is a couple steps. You have to draft the fibers out, which means pulling. So that you don't get, I mean, if you didn't pull, you'd end up with yarn that's that thick, right? So you have to draft the fibers out. You have to put energy into your of fiber, which is twisting. And you don't have to have a spinning wheel for this. There's drop spindles. I've seen people do it with hooking it over a cap of a pen and making yarn that way. People have used pencils, anything that you can spin. If you can see this, I'm just pulling little bits out at a time and I'm twisting. And all of a sudden, you have what sort of looks like yarn, right? It's more complicated than that, but I'm trying to do this for people that don't have any fiber experience at all. They're just curious. So you have to put energy in. Let me do this a little bit more. But once you put the energy in, it's going to twist back on itself like this, right? And you don't want to be knitting something that's all kinky and has way too much spin in it. So this is the first step. So all of this fiber will be drafted and spun in one direction. And after that, if I had 2 strands of this, I could put them together, spin them in the opposite direction to balance out that energy that was just put in, so it's not over twisted. And I could twist the 2 together, and then you'll end up with a plied yarn. And if you look at commercial yarns, you can get ones that are just one single strand, but a lot of commercial yarns have 6 or 8 small threads that are all twisted together, and that's just called plying. So yeah, so this is the fiber, and if you just give me a second, I've kind of got you, excuse the mess and the dog and my coffee in the back and my pajama. It's pajama day, by the way, so excuse my pajamas. It's Friday and I'm staying in my pajamas. So I've got, let me just, oh, now you can hear my dog. Lucy, that's enough. Okay, so you can see part of my wheel here. I won't show you all of it. I can't get it all in. Maybe Aiden or Tim can help me. Some of this filming takes more than one person. As you can tell, I'm working on, there you go, I'm working on, this is called a singles because it's one. I'm working on a singles right now, making a project. It gets spun. There's a bobbin here that it will all collect on. Once the bobbin's full, I can get 2 full bobbins and then I can start plying. Or I can do a different kind of ply, which is called chain plying or Navajo plying from one strand. It's a bit more complicated. So it's fed from the bobbin onto this thing that turns. That's called a flyer. And the flyer has hooks on it, which you can't see, but it's threaded through the hooks, and basically that helps feed what I'm doing onto the bobbin. So down here, I have a treadle, which is kind of like a foot pedal. And as I treadle, my wheel spins. Now I'm spinning all in one direction because I want that twist going all the same direction. So what I do, let me just get this started here, is I'm drafting as I go, pulling out fibers, and you kind of have to pull out the same amount of fibers per draft because you don't want lumpy bumpy yarn unless that's kind of the look that you're going for. But as I'm pulling it, it's doing this twisting for me, and all I'm doing is just twisting and drafting, pulling, twisting, pulling. And as I do that, I'm creating a single strand that I'm going to be turning into yarn later. So that's kind of the quick overview. And if you guys are interested, I will keep doing videos. If you're interested. I'm not part of the YouTube generation. My son is, though. I've already asked him, he's gonna help me put videos together because I'm not really quite sure how to do that. So, but if you're interested, I can keep doing videos and show you my journey through spinning and making yarn and dyeing fiber and all that fun stuff. So, there you go. I told you I'd make a video and I did. See you later.